Girls Voice for Change. I'm Okumu Edith in St. James Kongamore High School. I'm in Form 3 in Busia County. I'm 18 years old, and this is my story. I had both parents, but they were not able to pay for my school fees. But my parents struggled so hard so that I can finish my KCPE exams. So one day, my father got sick. Lucky enough, I was through with my KCPE, but we had no one to pay for his medical attention. My father died, and we had no any support. Then my mother told me to go and look for a job. Then I told my mother I cannot look for a job because I want to study. Then she told me that if you don't want to look for a job, it is my problem. Then my mother got married to the old man, and she gave birth to 2 kids, and I was isolated. I was not staying happily in that home. My mother used to tell me that I refuse to work, so I will be working for her as I stay in the kitchen while they will sleeping in the living room. Then one day, when my mother was sleeping, I, ca- I when my mother was sleeping, I was also sleeping in the kitchen. Then I heard the doors knock. Then I asked who was it. No one answered. Then I opened the door thinking that she's my mother. When I opened the door, I found it was a man that so-called my father. He was half naked. Then I asked him, "What do you want from me?" He told me that he want to take advantage of me, and that is the best way to get school fees. I told him that without your support, I can get school fees. The man covered my mouth with a dirty handkerchief and took advantage of me. Then he told me that I cannot tell anyone because if I do, he will kill me. Then I can't tolerate it. I told my mother the situation, but my mother supported it and told me that that is the best way of getting school fees. I wondered. I did not get happy of my mother because she was also supporting the man. Then one day I did not sleep in that kitchen again. I was in the dog's house, but it was near a kitchen. It was at night, in the middle of the night. Then I heard the footsteps. It was that man again. I I could not cope up with the situation. I decided to run away, and I went to the street to spend there my night. Then when I was there, very many people, strangers, were there. I prayed to my God so that he can help me. Lucky enough, a person passed by with a vehicle, and he stood and asked me my name. I told him my problems, and he took me to his house, and I was working there as a housemaid. That man was a manager. Then when they were just paying me well, then the manager's son took advantage of me. He started to raping me and abusing me, and and he told me that if I tell anyone, I lose my job. And I did not tell anyone. I just woke up early and move on without any trace. But when I started to count my cash, I found it is 20,000 cash, but it was not enough. I I did a little shopping and go to a nearby school, and I explained to the principal all my problems, and he understood me and told me that he will help me to learn up to Form 2. When I reached in Form 3, the school fees was high, and the principal could not tolerate it. He told me to move out because the school fees was high, and I had nowhere to go. Now I'm just urging you to help me so that I can continue with my education.